Shalom, shalom. Under your Israelite, you want to give all salutations to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakudash, and the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'm the brother Mark Kabdo, and today I want to speak a little bit on Hanukkah, since we were in the that week though of Hanukkah, and which these small hats, we got to talk in codes. These small hats ain't the real people, man, and we are. So the thing about it though is, we in the week of of Hanukkah, and so who's known to celebrate the Hanukkah worldwide is these small hats though, you know, and because I put what time of year do the small hats celebrate Hanukkah, and it says the festival of lights is celebrated in the late November or December. The exact dates change each year because Hanukkah is based on the Hebrew calendar, which is the lunar, follows the moon cycle, right? Right? But the thing is, though, right? So we go over here, right? So screenshotted the time of the Sabbath, though, right? So 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 I put, when do the small hats celebrate the Sabbath, right? It says they celebrate the Sabbath or Shabbat every week from sunset on Friday to sunset on Saturday. But the thing is, it's off though, because it's like, okay, but so on the new moon, right? So the lunar calendars go based on the new moon. So not every new moon lands on the sunset of on Friday to, you know what I'm saying? Each so they literally per weekly, like literally, they go by the Roman calendar. They go by the Roman calendar, better yet, I believe the Gregorian calendar. You know, saying which the this calendar that we all use though right here. And they go based on that Friday and Saturday though. So the thing is though is, you know, shit, they're not even on the right day of a week though when they celebrate the Hanukkah, man. First of all, the majority of them is not even for them because they ain't the real people though. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we the chosen people, man. We the people, not these fucking frauds though. So if they're saying, okay, when they celebrate I just put right Hanukkah, right? And they're gonna say they celebrate Hanukkah, and it's going back to the moon cycle and things like that, which the lunar calendar. But at the same time, it's like you come over here and they say the Sabbath is from Friday sunset on to Saturday sunset. That shit don't make no sense though. That's a bunch of confusion though, you know, because the thing about it though is the when it's the new moon, that's the new month though, you know, and you go and base what these people are saying, it will make you go off. You probably wouldn't even be in the right week of the true Hanukkah, which is we are in right now, because we go based on the cycle of the moon though, so it only makes sense though that we're in it right now, you know. So because that's the thing, right? Because that's the thing. So a little bit history on the on the Hanukkah, right? Because the thing about it though is that if you're someone as a Christian or somebody, right, and you're saying though, well, Hanukkah, that's their holiday and they celebrate it though. It has nothing to do with me though, because I'm believing in sweet Jesus, right? And things like that. But Yahweh Shai, which his real name is Yahweh Shai, not Jesus, he he um he went to the temple and celebrated Hanukkah. You know, if you wanted to be like, what would they have them wristbands that say what would Jesus do, but he was celebrating Hanukkah, all the holy days, and I mean holy with the Y at the end, not with the I, because I believe I know it's in the book of John. Book of John, I think it's 9:44, or just type in. Is it in the nine? No, I know it's the feast, but it was Yahweh Shai though, because he went. Oh, it was John. Yeah, yeah, it was John 2, John 10:22. Because it says, this is the book of John 10:22, and it said, and it was at Jerusalem the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. See, the feast of dedication is the time when it's cold though. So he celebrated that though, because let's go to get more edification sake, right? So this is a good app right here. I like using this app right here. It's a good app though, because you go into this right here would explain to you the a precept though. This right here explains the precept. So let's see what this one tells though. It says, see, so it says this dedication festival look back to 165 BC to the rededication of the temple after it had fallen into the enemy hands. You see, so that's the time of the Hanukkah, because remember it was Lucius, that general that the Maccabees were fighting against, though. So he said, and it was a feast dedication in Jerusalem, and it was winter. So he went he went there celebrate though. So see, he did though. So, because Yahweh Shai, he was an Israelite though. As you being an Israelite, you're supposed to be celebrating the true holy days, not you got Thanksgiving coming up this week. Not next month, the Christmas. If you're an Israelite, you're not supposed to be celebrating these wicked ass holidays. Because you're an Israelite though. That has nothing to do with you, man. So you see, this was talking about Hanukkah, right? That Yahweh Shai went to the feast of dedication in Jerusalem, and it was winter, which it comes around the cold time, like just right now. We're in winter, literally. So let me get into the little history on Hanukkah and the time of the Maccabees, though. So first, Slovakia. I think it's 30. I think I'll start at 32. Read the story. I'll read it at 30. It says, and when he saw that mighty army, he prayed and said, blessed art thou, O Savior of Israel, who didst quell the violence of the mighty men by the hand of thy servant David, and gavest the host of strangers into the hands of Jonathan, the son of Saul, and his armor bearer. And it was talking about the time of when they died, though, Jonathan and Saul died. It says, 31, it says, shut up this army in the hand of thy people, Israel, and let them be confounded in their power and horsemen. It says, make them to be of no courage and cause the boldness of their strength to fall away. Yeah, to make them scared, and let them quake at their destruction. Cast them down with the sword of them that love thee, and let those that know thy name praise thee with thanksgiving. See? It says, let all those that know thy name, see, the name matters, praise thee. So you're going to be saying, oh, Jesus, though? You think the Maccabee brothers, they were saying the name of the name Salakia, the name of God only, just saying God? No, man. It says so they so it says so they joined battle, and they were slain of the host of Lysis, about 5,000 men. Even before them they were slain. And now when Lysis saw his army put to flight, and the bands of Judah's soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die, violently, no, it's like violently, he went into Antiochia and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it was, he purposed to come again to into Judea. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary. Upon this, all the hosts assembled themselves together and went up into Mount Sion. And when they saw the sanctuary desolate and the altar profane, and the gates burned up, and the shrubs growing into the courts and in the forest, or in one of the mountains, yea, the priest's chambers pulled down, they rent their clothes and made great lamentation and cast ashes upon their heads. Yeah, because they would do that at time of mourning, you know. It says, and fell down flat to the ground upon their faces and blew an alarm with the trumpets and cried toward the heaven. And it says, 41, and Judas pointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress until he had cleansed the sanctuary. So, you know, they're fighting. So he chose priests of blameless conversation, such as had pleasure in the law, you know, who cleansed the sanctuary and bare out the defiled stones into an unclean place. And when they consulted what to do with the altar of burnt offerings, which was profane, they thought best to pull it down, lest there should be a reproach to them. Yeah, so they had to knock it down. They had to pretty much destroy it because the heathen had defiled it. Therefore, they pulled it down. So yeah, pretty much they had to destroy it. They had to destroy it and laid up the stones in the mount of the temple in a convenient place until there shall come a prophet to show them what should be done with them. See, it said, until there shall come a prophet to show them what have been done with them. Then they took the whole stones according to the law and built a new altar according to the former, and made up the sanctuary and things that were within the temple and hollowed the courts. They made also holy vessels into the temple. They brought the candlesticks, it was to get that candlestick, and the altar of the burnt offerings and incense and the table. See, they had to do their own altar though, you know, because I mean those Edomites, though, man, they profaned that the temple, man, so bad that it was unclean, man. Like what's the scripture that says? How can you bring how can you clean something? How can you make something uh clean that's already unclean? You know, it's like I'm just botching this, botching. And it says, and upon the altar they burn incense and lamps that were upon the candlestick they lighted. You know, that's how you get those candlesticks and you light up those, you know. And furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table and spread out the veils and finished all the works which they had begun to make. Now, that's what I was gonna say. Look, it says now on the 5 and 20th day of the ninth month, which is called the month of Caslev, in the 148 year, they rose up in bedtimes in the morning. See, so it says now on the 5 and 20, which is the 25th day of the ninth month, though. So if they're saying Friday is the Sabbath, though, when the new moon is the Sabbath, though, and a week from the new moon is the next Sabbath, though. So how would they get it right, though, when they believe that the Sabbath is literally on Friday sundown? See, so it will make the people go off, though, you know. And it says, and offer sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings which they have made. See? And look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it, even in that it was dedicated with songs, citherns, and harps and cymbals. See? So it was a time of victory, you know? It was a time of victory, though. So that's the thing about it, though, man. So that's the history, you know, which I'll jump down to 59 because it says, moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar, see, should be kept in their season from year to year, see, by the space of 8 days from the 5 and 20th day of the month of Caslev with mirth and gladness, see. And that's the thing, though. So if you're someone that, okay, you believe Friday sunset to Saturday sunset is a Sabbath, though, and you're not going to get that the 25th day right of the Hanukkah, you know. So it just makes sense as these small hats ain't the people, man. You know, they ain't spiritual, man. They don't know. They never bring out, you know, they're about the I never heard of a small hat talked about the book of Maccabees, you know. They just talk about, oh, like the history of the battle and that they were their people were doing this and that, but they don't really get into it though. They don't really get into it though. You see what I'm saying though? So then the Apocrypha is the Bible too. It's part of the Bible too though. So if a Christian or someone else that says, nah, really, that's going to them. But guess what? Your sweet Jesus, which is real name Yahweh Shai, was celebrating. If you read in the book of John 10 and 22, which I brought out, he was celebrated though, man. He went to the temple. You see what I'm saying though? So I just don't understand though, man. So with that, hopefully edify. Till the next one I say, Shalom.